This is Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. We're here on PlayStation 5. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So what are we getting here? As always, 1440p, 60 FPS. And this is the follow-up to the original game. Like, it is a PSP title that has been brought back onto the PS5. Just kind of upscaled and whatnot. So as always, we do have the ability to press the start button and rewind through these gorgeous pre-rendered cinematics that are just stunning. Loading and saving, settings including visual presets such as retro classic or modern, and the default setting. Then there's video underscan if you want to adjust the outer ratio of the black bars. And then your controls, which, kind of straightforward there. So this is a follow-up to the original game, so they kind of took it to heart and they made this a little bit more accessible, because if you have not played the first entry, it is a little brutally difficult. Like, I gotta keep this cinematic in here because to me it's just hilarious. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a bit of like campy kind of movie. Like, it's sort of like one of those, like she's up in the helicopter in the wedding dress. He's, for whatever reason, wearing a police outfit to get married, and then you're jumping into the scene and shooting and killing people. Oh, it's like utterly ridiculous. But I mean, it is actually like quite an upgrade over the original experience, just in terms of like, I know that might sound weird by just looking at the visuals here, but this actually does look quite a bit visually improved, in my opinion. Like, they actually kind of sat here and upgraded things pretty well. And then, we've got like 5, I guess, different factions. There's the campaign, there's like a bounty hunter mode, obviously any online stuff is just totally stripped away, but it's kind of cool, and it's kind of like a fun like comic book style thing to it, with like how the characters sort of pop up on the top, like on the side of the screen there, and they're like giving dialogue and stuff. And also the environments in this one seem a lot kind of larger in scale. And then you've got like this ridiculous, you're like boarding the enemy vehicles, and it's kind of funny. Like, is this LR or is it, I don't know if I'm doing the wrong one. Case failed, I died. I don't know if it was L1 R1 I was supposed to click, or L2 R2. I think I was clicking L2 R2, but I don't know. But anyways, we'll have another go at it. So yeah, it's kind of like a cool one. Like I said, though, it's a little bit more accessible, because it was like the first game was really actually rather difficult. I was like, holy, it really amps up there. But it's kind of cool. Like, you get these different vehicles and these different situations, and it's just this like ridiculous, over the top, cop scenario of like action. And I didn't know the series was like so well liked too, because people were really enjoying the first first look at this. So I was kind of like, oh, there's another one, nice. Yeah. So obviously Hot Pursuit got even more intense. I don't know how you would bring this sort of series back. I don't think we'll see that ever, but it is it's kind of cool. Like, it's a neat concept. Like, you're just kind of driving along here. I also loved like the expansion of just the environments. Seemed like there's a lot more going on within them. Like, it still has like this really old kind of style of like, how the environments are kind of rendered, but it was like, it's the PSP, right? So like, for the PSP, this is actually like pretty interesting, you know what I mean? Because the experiences on that sort of thing are a lot different compared to like a full, console. But at the time, like, for handheld, it was actually like pretty advanced, gameplay and visuals were possible on there, which I always thought was interesting. But obviously, there's all that like old school pop-in, because with these ones, they don't like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, they make them look, they make them look, like, they're not remastering them, they're porting them, right? So they're just kind of making them available, and they do like minor touches here or there, depending on like what needs to be done, essentially. But yeah, it's very much that old school version of the game, and they just sort of adjust or strip away features based on, like, you know, 'cause like online multiplayer stuff, you know, they just don't bother with, and it's just making them playable again, which is kind of cool. It's an interesting way to tackle, you know, these games and bring them back with those majestic backdrops. Yeah, for a game this old, it's not too bad, actually. Am I supposed to, like, board this thing? This thing looks utterly ridiculous. So yeah, it's more about bringing it back, because it's like, I don't think you'd be able to pull off, like, say, backwards compatibility with, like, PSP stuff on the console. It's like, I don't even know how you take a crack at that, to be honest. This vehicle is taking immense amount of damage. Usually you just kind of hop along vehicles too. This is so intense. No! Is it gonna make me restart the whole thing? I thought this was supposed to be easier. Is there a checkpoint at least? Okay, there's at least a checkpoint. Although it doesn't give me any more health or anything. Okay, let's try this again. They said it'd be simpler. I mean, it is nice that, like, these weird ones are available at all, right? Because you would assume most stuff just kind of gets sort of, like, forgotten about, right? Like, especially from, like, the PSP era, I would assume most games just probably are, like, locked to that sort of thing. And in the long term, if they don't get any sort of, like, I guess you would say upgrades or, you know, refinements or remasterings, those ones are just going to be like a library of, like, lost things. Because the handhelds are so, like, kind of niche, if that makes sense. I don't know how to best describe it. But they're sort of, like, very much for their era. It's kind of like, I know there is some emulation for it, but it's kind of like the Wii, where it's got, like, a really weird, you know, control option and stuff. Billy Wild. Is there, like, a dodge mechanic or something? Can I, like, move forward, or am I just kind of pistoling away and hoping, okay. Is he gonna die? This is such an action hero. But I'm glad that went well. I mean, we totally didn't mess up at all. These cutscenes kill me.
Back off! Hey! Get your hands off me!
Just gonna let the guy with the propane tanks just run away.
Let me go! Pursuit Force! Put your guns down! What the
Viper.
Who do these guys think they are? We're Viper Squad, and Billy Wild is our responsibility. Now put
We got quite the force here.
I won't ask twice.
The police force.
Ask twice. You think I'm joking? Stand down, officer!
Do as Commander Decker says.
No! Play nice!
We have such fancy suits, I gotta say. We look like a unit. Is it just me, or do you think he's gonna end up being a bad guy? These are like so low resolution. These pre-rendered cutscenes. Holy. Sony Computer Entertainment presents. Wow, it even opens up with the big kind of movie sequence, doesn't it? Holy. Actually, is this more of like a Spider-Man, like the original Spider-Man movie is kind of opening, where it's like a web and they show like shots from stuff? They're really intense about this. They're making it to look like it's some big Pursuit Force Extreme Justice. They got the explosion. Woo! That is fun.
Check this out. Citizen,
Yeah, let's skip this and get to the action. We get to do a boat mission! See, that is the fun of this series, is just like ridiculous vehicles. It's not just, you know, it's not just like police cars. Like, you actually get to do other stuff like boats. And it's very like linear type track stuff, so it's not like free roam, and you know, it's all like basically circuit type stuff. Oh wow, this really overcompensates, doesn't it? We're coming to save the day. Where in the world does an area like this exist, though? This feels like an unnatural swamp. What kind of neighborhood is this? Oh, I see. It's just they build right over it with overpasses. Oh no, those are pipelines. Oh, maybe this is realistic. So we're just kind of boating along here. It's a big build-up. This is how we create thrilling narrative. Is this like a challenge thing, or is this supposed to go through the open holes?
You're approaching the rendezvous point.
Yeah, here we go. This is when it's gonna heat up.
Pull alongside the boat. I'm gonna jump on board.
I want to use the giant gun. What kind of things are we attacking where we need to be on a giant boat like that with a big gun? Are we like going to war?
Force, thank God. We thought you'd never show.
I don't like this.
This is so ridiculously over the top. Why would I need to protect a vehicle that has like I'm a guy on like a hovercraft. Now I'm a guy on a little boat. I should have kept the hovercraft. That was way cooler than this thing.
Oh,
But like seriously, these are like little boats. That thing with the big like LMG could just like go and just like pop the boats like they're nothing. You know, in most situations, you'd be the one on the LMG shooting at the boats attacking you. It's really stormy out here.
They've got choppers too. Looks like I underestimated these scumbags.
beginning to enjoy this.
Is that like an aerial boat plane? I mean, aerial is implied because it's a plane, but you know what I'm talking about. You know.
What on earth is that thing? I don't know, but our guns won't do a thing to that arm.
How did these things get on this waterway? I didn't like this vehicle anyways.
rented mule.
We need to get to the dock.
I kind of want to steal one of the new ones because my vehicle isn't looking too good. Thank you.
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
Thank you for the vehicle. I'll take yours as well.
Nasty with you.
This vehicle's gonna like blow up. Okay, there we go. I gotta transfer some of my police force skills to it. Now let's take out this plane. This is so utterly ridiculous. I love it. Like it's just so utterly ridiculous.
No one messes with the Raiders.
No, I'm out of ammo for that gun. That gun was sick. But ideally, you just kind of skip from like boat to boat.
We see you. We're gonna cut you like a hog, boy.
The docks are up ahead. We're gonna make it.
How's there even damage to our big boat? I've literally been killing like everything. Like literally killing everything.
Something tells me we haven't seen the last of those hillbillies.
Case complete. That was really cool. I think I even like that more than the driving. It's like ridiculous, but
Whatever. I had it.
Hey,
Go.
attempted kidnapping?
The convicts have just
They're so ridiculously intense about this. Why did we put all these people in jail prior that when we caught them? Or is this the same group we were after earlier? Am I on the gun now?
Stop that convoy. Keep an eye out for the physicists.
What about the civilians just driving by?
Eat lead, cop. This is ours, cop.
They really expanded the scope of this one, didn't they? Like, there's a lot more to this now.
This cowboy has a death wish.
I feel like as the police, we shouldn't be aiming to kill, but we should be trying to, like, you know, arrest and put these people behind bars. But then again, these guys are kind of extreme. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of regular people out there driving around with cars like this, trying to, like, kidnap scientists for some reason.
I'm gonna have to put you down. If you shoot from up here, there's a good chance you'll hit the physicist.
Pursuit cars heading your way. Get ready to drop off, pretty boy.
This is actually kind of impressive.
Hey, bro. Chief said you could use a hand.
The PSP's defining game franchise. No, just kidding.
Hang on.
Are they gonna drop me off? Oh, we're going under the underpass, or like the mountain tunnel pass, in a helicopter?
Physicist is up ahead. We have to get him back. Get up there and show those jailbirds who's boss. All right. Now rescue that geek. I'll back you up, bro. Go issue those convicts a beat down.
The chopper has servo damage. I'm heading back to
I'm gonna give these parties a thrashing.
Heads up, fellas. We got a dead man driving.
There it is. Floor it, hotshot. What the hell is that? Dude, that bus is hella bulletproof. We'll have to ram it. Help! Help!
Bulletproof? How is a bus like that bulletproof? That backdrop's hilarious. I think we're gonna have a hard time catching up with these guys now. We gotta catch up to this bus. This convict's bus. So is it like a convict's bus? Shouldn't it be like apostrophe there? So it's like possession of said bus? Maybe the lettering wasn't in the budget.
They say they have big plans for me! Ram into that bus already! We're losing daylight!
You Westerners make easy prey.
I smell fresh meat.
And it's amazing that he can look back like that and drive. Don't drive like this in real life, kids. It's dangerous. People could, like, really die. Like, this is incredibly reckless. Wouldn't it be safer just to put down some, like, strips that, like, strip out the tires or something, and then you just, like, you know. Or is that not safe to get the scientist? Where's the party bus? This convict's bus ain't going down.
We have big plans for that nerd.